So today is move out day. I've been a little nostalgic and emotional because we're moving out, and I'm not one to typically be nostalgic or too attached to the places because I've moved so much in my life that I think it's been just like a normal part of my life. But this time it's been hitting me harder, and we're about maybe 30 minutes from the movers arriving, and that's why the chaoticness is around. Also, the baby's literally right here. He's sleeping, so I'm recording with him. There's lots to say about this, and it took me a little while to kind of unravel and untangle the reasons why I feel the way that I feel about moving out. And maybe you're someone that moving out is a lot and you've always felt that way, or maybe you're like, nah, I love moving. I've always been the I love moving type of person, so I feel even odd or more odd than normal because of this reason. We're about 3 minutes from the movers arriving, and where do I even begin? Okay, so of course, postpartum has me in my feels more than the usual because the baby's here. I have work that I have to focus on as well. It's been like a big month of transition, although we're already in September, so it's been like a month and a half of like a huge transition from like taking time away from work, being with the baby, and now focusing on work and being in this very like, I wouldn't say yang energy, but like you have to show results. You have to be on top of things versus when you're more of a motherhood. At least these beginning 3 months or 4 months have been very like about receivership, accepting, processing a lot of things. So it's been a huge shift, but excited that I'm back at work and somehow finding the groove in it all. Adding another layer is that we're moving from Miami, and it feels kind of like a big step. We thought about this for a while. We kind of had set that we were going to move for about a year and a half, so we knew this was coming, but I've been with all my might trying to like slow it down and put the brakes on it. But we're moving out. About a month and a half ago we found the home. I was just feeling sad, and it wasn't like the home that I necessarily thought we were gonna move in. Like everything was good about it, but I didn't want to move. I felt like finally in Miami, in the Gables, we found our groove. Like we were finding our groove here. We were having the the cleaners here, the nails, the hair, the friends, the neighbors. We could go downstairs and walk. Like we are in a really beautiful place, so even when it rains we can go down to the garage area, walk without an issue. So when the baby's fussy, we would go down. Like it felt like we were kind of putting everything into place, except we're not. So that felt like hard, and I think that as someone that loved freedom and as someone that loved to travel and do all these things, like the bucket list family has been one of my biggest inspirations, and I'm like, that's kind of what I want in my life, a part of that in my life. Now I've been valuing a lot of stability and a lot of like security, and I think that moving is just like huge. The decisions really made sense. Like we've been wanting to move out of Miami, and our family's there. My mom is literally a neighbor. Carlos's parents and family are 30 minutes away. It just makes sense because we do need support with the babe. But goodness, as I started to kind of like think about why I'm feeling all of these things in this home, and I just begin to hit and click. Like this is the first home that Lowe's and I intentionally chose to live together. So even though our relationship sped up and we kind of like started living with each other during COVID, I was living in his apartment, and then I got my own apartment and he had his. We stayed with each other, but this is the first home that as a couple we intentionally decided, and it was kind of like we were rooting down. Even though it's a one bedroom, it's a super spacious one bedroom. The terrace is like the most gorgeous terrace that you can imagine. Like I think we hit a jackpot here in Miami. our rose garden is outside, our plants, and we made it our home in this way. And it's been 2 years that we moved here already. But the biggest thing that makes it the most challenging, I think, for me, and that I was able to decipher, is that we became a family here. We literally gave life in this apartment, and that has me all sorts of ways, because it's a place where Theo, yes, was conceived, but also where Theo was born. And our birth was so special and so beautiful, and I'm feeling all of the feelings and all of the greenness that we're renting, so this will never come back here to this place. And it's just another cycle that closes, and it's been a really hard one to swallow, I think. It has a lot of significance for being the first baby and being born here. So it's okay. We're good. Leaving a home where there were many firsts is a lot, and I think that now that I'm in my 30s, it has to do with it too, because like I said, like, my values have shifted a little bit more in what's prioritized. Even though I love freedom and I love moving and traveling, like, stability, family, home has been a huge part in the past 2 years, but specifically the last year. And we're closing a chapter. So these are a few takeaways that I think I'm taking from what I'm experiencing in my reflection on why I feel this way. So one is that life will always be about cycles, and it will never stay the same. And as cliche as that change is only constant, that's very true. In the moment that we start feeling very confident or very comfortable in one place, I think life nudges us to seek ways of moving, of evolving, and of growing. I think this place, we outgrew the place, of course, because it's a 1-bedroom home, but it's like an end of a cycle for us here in Miami. We're moving now like about an hour away from here, closer to family, to the West Palm area, and it's a really different energy and different vibe. That's kind of like one of the things, like, remembering that life is about cycles. New things close, new beginnings, and it will ever be this opening and closing. And we're just lucky enough to be in this beautiful life, moving along with it. Oh, baby woke up. He's kind of woken up. But another reflection is that as priorities change in life, we value different things. So now I value stability and wanting to stay here. And it's also an important reminder to be okay with change. Don't resist it so much, because you clash and you have this resistance to it, and there's this a lot of suffering comes along with it. Because prior to making this decision, I was telling Carlos, let's extend it for 4 more months. They gave us the opportunity to extend it for 4 more months. Let's wait for 9 more months. And I kind of wanted to push it along, but inevitably we wanted to move. I was pushing, and I finally came to terms with it and surrendered that this is the best decision for our family. I wanted to fight it with all my might, because I was very comfortable here. I was finding my groove. And sometimes what we need in life is to just a little kick in the butt, in a sense, to evolve and to grow. And I know this move may not seem so much, but it signifies a lot. It's a closure of a home that is special to the both of us, but also it's a closure of living in Miami. And I've been in Miami for 13 years already, and I've been in and out, of course. I haven't had another home other than Miami except the airport. I've just been traveling everywhere. Hi, baby. Are you ready? Are you ready to go home? Are you ready to go to your new home? Yeah, he's smiling. Anyway, I think this concludes our video, but I don't know. I hope you relate, and I hope, as always, the VV show is about just sharing the ups and the downs and all of the emotions and all the in-betweens. So if you've liked this episode, hit like, subscribe, share. It's super appreciated.